So to this point then, we've done all of the work of identifying brands in ourselves and making a pitch and making it absolutely irresistible. And now we've got our foot in the door. We've got a meeting with a potential sponsor. This is a frightening moment for a lot of drivers, and a lot of drivers really do struggle with this, which is kind of crazy because when you think that your literal weekend job is driving cars at high speed and trying to avoid putting them into a barrier, this should be kind of a nice, easy job. But speaking to people can be intimidating stuff, because what do you say? How do I say it? What if they don't like me? There's all these thoughts racing through your head, racing through your brain. And they can be absolutely sidelining. They can totally cripple you in any factor whatsoever. And you start stumbling your words and you get nervous, and it's super, super daunting. So this is a little bit of preparation. This is a little bit of media training. All of this bundled in together and making you the best possible version of yourself. And the first thing is preparation. Preparation is absolutely key for any sort of meeting that you're going into. Remember all the work that we did earlier on about finding out who you are? Hopefully you've done the same amount of work about finding who they are, because they're going to be asking you questions, and you want to have as many answers as you possibly can. But there is nothing wrong, and I'm going to tell you this here and now, there's nothing wrong with not having the answer. Just don't make it up. Just be honest. Just say, I'm not actually sure, or ask a question in return. Ask them what the answer to that is, or what they're looking for. Be as engaged in that meeting as they are as well. So ask as many questions as you possibly can. But one thing that's super important during a meeting, whenever you're trying to sell anything, is that you're selling the solution, not the car. You're selling the means to an end of something. So if they've got a problem that you identified earlier, you're selling how you fix that problem. Oh, well, they're struggling to break into this new market, or they're wanting to shift their audience to this, and that's your audience. Well, I've got an audience. They are XYZ. Here's how we can work together on this. You sell the solution. So my experience of that, I used to work for a mobile phone store, and that was it. You were selling convenience. You were selling them having a wonderful camera in their pocket whenever they needed it to capture memories. Or you were selling the ability to have a bigger screen for your WhatsApp conversations, or for your Facebook, or for your Instagram, so you can keep in touch with your friends. All of that stuff. You're not selling, a £1,500 phone. You're selling a solution. You're selling the memories from that they're going to be able to create. And that comes exactly through here. Now, for anybody that's interested in learning a little bit more about sales and tactics and all that sort of stuff, there's a couple of books that I always recommend. And the first one is by Jordan Belfort, guy that rose to fame from The Wolf of Wall Street. He's got a book called The Way of the Wolf. And there's some incredibly powerful tactics. But again, the premise that he puts across that really hit me right between the eyes was that everything in your life is sales. Everything. And you think, shut up. No, it's not. But it is. Every conversation you have, whether it's an argument with a loved one, you're trying to put your point across. You're trying to sell your point. Or if you've got kids and you're trying to get them to go to bed early, you're trying to sell the idea of them going to bed early. Everything that you do is negotiation. Everything that you do is sales. But when we put it like that, we don't think about it. And 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of us that go, I'm not very good at sales. I'm not a very good salesperson. But realistically, when you frame it a different way, you think of it completely differently, then actually you're quite good at sales and you've got a lot of experience in that. And there's another powerful tactic as well, is being able to reframe something. There's a very, very famous saying, and for the life of me, I'm pretty sure it was somebody Guidry, but there was a very famous saying that everything important has already been said. But because nobody was listening, it has to be said again. You're not doing anything new here, but when you represent it in a slightly different way and you tell the story in a slightly different way, suddenly it can have a completely different impact. That, again, is something that you can use with sales. So there are lots of ways that you can level up yourself and improve your ability as a salesperson, but you likely already have all the answers if you've done the preparation that we're telling you to do here. You've likely already got all of the answers that you're looking for. 9 times out of 10, it's just having that confidence and just learn to switch off those little voices inside your head saying, yeah, you're shit. You're not going to be able to do this. What if they ask you a question that you don't know the answer to? The other little secret is that it's you that they're likely to be buying into. Not your race car, not your personal brand, you. How you come across in that interview, how you come across in that Zoom meeting, how you come across. Do they like you? Remember, that's one of the 3 key things. Do they know you? Do they like you? And do they trust you? Well, guess what? That like part has a huge influence on the other 2. And that's lucky for you, because all you have to then worry about is, do they actually like you? And you just have to be nice. You just have to be yourself. Usually, I say, you have to be yourself. Because let's face it, some people aren't likable. It's just one of those things. But if you can be likable, then that makes life a lot easier. And again, it feeds back into something else that we hear all the time in racing circles as well, is that, oh, they only got there because of who they know. Well, that only tells half the story, though, doesn't it? Because you can know a lot of people, and a lot of people think that you're a complete bellend, and you're not going to get anywhere. But if you know a lot of people and they think the world of you, if they think, oh my goodness, this person is so amazing, they would do anything for anyone, therefore, I like this person, so I want to see them do well. That has a huge, huge different impact on things. And again, reframing it. So in the meeting, be yourself, but be nice. It's not rocket science. Your biggest self-saboteur in all of this is always going to be yourself. Whether that's you approach the meeting with arrogance and you go in there expecting to be given that sponsorship or to seal that deal. It's a huge difference between arrogance and confidence. And you'll very quickly discover where that line is. So that is just a few tips, tricks, strategies for nailing the meeting. Remembering the key core concept that underlies everything that we've discussed so far. It's about them. It's about how you can help them. It's not about you. Yes, you want to get out there, you want to get out there on the circuit, but it's how you can help them. They are the centre of attention. You, believe it or not, are not the main character in this part of the story. So that is section 7. We are already absolutely tearing through this. We've only got a handful of sections left to go. But up next, we are going to be talking about activation and return on investment, ROI, and how to deliver on your promise, how to measure what you're doing, how to track it, and how to deliver on it.